SAS soldier over 15 years. You've written a couple of books as well, which we'll plug straight away. You've got The Regiment, 15 years in SAS.
Yep.
And we've got Go, 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 where you were in the Iranian Embassy Siege. Jamie Bell played your part as well, is that correct?
He plays a part in the film of 6 Days, which is on Netflix. Number 6 days, numeral 6. And Jamie plays me in the film.
Britain is broken. That's the reality former SAS soldier Rusty Firmin exposes in his gripping account of the nation's decline. In this video, we dive into Firmin's first-hand experiences, from his days in the elite Special Air Service, famously leading the Iranian Embassy Siege operation in 1980, to his sharp criticisms of modern Britain.
See, being a soldier for nearly 30 years, ready to die for your country, putting yourself in the front line, what do you think of wars now that you've got a bit older? Is it still the same mentality? You were there to do a job, or do you look at things a bit differently?
If probably I'd known what was going to happen to this country, I signed on, as I said, 15. And then slowly, it's not a country I like anymore. That's all.
You can just go there?
That's it, and I just sign them at home and send them.
Yeah, because the SAS ones I've had on, they're all popular. People love the madness because, if we're all honest, SAS, so they're mad bastards. There's something different. He's a crazy, let's be honest, and I've came across a few, and you would not think the shit that they've done because their eyes are so clear, and as if they don't care. They had old Peter, was it Macalis?
Peter Macalis,
Yeah. Just a mad old bastard. He's just sitting in the old folks' home telling his stories.
That's right.
Just zero fucks given. There's no struggle with him. I said, do you struggle? He says, nah, fuck it.
No, I know Peter Macalis, yeah.
Yeah.
He's got some good stories under his belt.
Solid, man. But before we get into everything, I always like to go back to the start with my guests. Get a bit of understanding about you, Rusty, where you grew up and how it all began.
Well, I grew up in Carlisle, which, as you know, is on the border of Scotland, we just discussed. But all those years ago, I had a pretty bad upbringing in as much that I didn't have a mother as such. She got rid of me at 14 months of age, where I was adopted. So I never really knew a family life because I was passed around certain aunts, uncles over the years when I was at school. Without a proper, as I say, family life, really. So from a very early age, I've had to stand on my own 2 feet and battle my way through up until I first joined the army, which I didn't want to do at age 15.
Firmin, a man who once risked his life for his country, now sees a nation struggling with political dysfunction, crime, and weakening national security.
What age did you go for SAS selection?
27. 1977, yeah.
What was that decision?
Well, I'd been in the commandos, 2-9 Commando, for 3.5 years. But somebody saw something in me after not very long in the commandos, 2-9. They put me straight onto training wing. And on training wing in 2-9 Commando, what you do is, I did my Royal Marine Commando course as well at Lympstone. When I came back and joined the battery, they said, we want you to go on training wing, which is quite, your job is to run around with the PT, tops on, and your job is to train anybody coming in to the commandos, to take them out, and we call it beast them. Same as I'd been through. It's not bullying, it's called beasting, which you get a bit of a kick out of it when you do it, and you get a bit of a kick out of it when you train somebody else, and you think, well, I've been through that myself, so don't whinge, So it's training them as they come in. I spent a couple of years doing that. Very fit, always out on the hills, always out running the roads with the new recruits, passing them, failing them, as I'd been through it myself. And for me, it was what I wanted to do. Again, 90% of my time was in tracksuit, just physical out on the rope courses and stuff, teaching them and showing them how to get fit and pass their own sort of selection for the commandos. But after a couple of years of doing that,
He describes how the discipline, resilience, and unwavering commitment he knew in the military are fading from British society. From rising street violence to failing leadership, he paints a stark picture of a country losing its identity.
How did the Iranian Embassy rescue mission start?
well,
Because were you known as the man with no gloves or something?
that's it.
What was that?
Well, it's in the book, but actually, it started in the 30th of April 1980. He finished on 5th of May 1980 with the resolution, should we say. But the fact is that, like everybody else, I wore gloves all the time. However, after the 6-day siege, when we were going to do the resolution, I was sat watching the snooker next door in the Royal College of General Practitioners. So I was sat in there watching the snooker when we got the final call to go and rescue the remaining 19 hostages. Predominantly, always took my gloves off and put them down my body armour. But when I went down to sit down that once to watch the TV, because Cliff Thorburn was playing Alex Higgins in the final of the Embassy World Championship, quite a few of us were interested in snooker. Used to play it whenever we went abroad, whenever we could. So I sat there watching it when I got the call. By then, I was the team leader, blue team. I was going to lead the assault. So I got outside after they executed the hostage. I got outside and realised we was gone into position, that my gloves weren't down there. I'd left them on the table.
But is there a way forward? Firmin believes that restoring pride, discipline, and accountability is the only way Britain can reclaim its strength.
And then slowly, it's not a country I like anymore. That's all.
How so?
Because of what's happening. I'm not racist, but with this immigration stuff and everything, I'd put my life on the line for my people. They've come here. They take the slots of our people, soldiers on the streets. They get the accommodation. They get this, they get that. Ours are still running around trying to take anything that's given to them. You've seen that bibby barge and stuff. Oh, it's not good enough for us. Our guys would have that. Gladly. The soldiers on the streets. So me, if they want to come here, you know what? Let's start a new unit. Let's put them all in the unit and say, right, go and fight for this country. Let's see how much comes out of that. I'll tell you something, not a lot.
Do you agree with his perspective? Let us know in the comments. If you found this story compelling, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching.